The PowerPoint.
That's okay.
I thought time short, so I thought of 5 ways to help you folks. Often we just look at the mortgage and go, oh, can I get a better rate? Can I get approval? But this time I thought, just 5. I'm sure there are a lot more ways you can improve your business, but I quickly thought of 5 ways. One of the big problems we noticed, GTA, actually I got to learn now, the new phrase is the golden horseshoe along with Waterloo Kitchen, Kitchen and Waterloo area is a major concern when it comes to prices. Prices are going higher and higher. I can't believe St. Catherine, the price gone up a lot higher than what I paid for, especially for first-time home buyer because of the price. Never mind about this B20 rule that we get so wrapped up with. I think everything is down to affordability. I don't know if you agree or not. It's all down to how much can I afford and would I afford that? Peter, there's some...
Oh, there's chairs over there. Oh, sorry, I didn't see them. Okay, I'll go over there.
Rick's okay. He won't bite.
I might.
So, let's take a look at what we meant by affordability. I took a number. I know it's high in some area, low in Toronto. Would you agree that 800,000 really is a starter home?
Oh, yeah.
Especially down your neck of the woods? No, not even. Okay. So let's just take that number, for example, 800,000. Well, with 5% down, you can do the math afterward, and trust me with that for now. That's about $4,000 a month, just for the mortgage. And we know there are other stuff too, right? Mortgage, taxes, utilities, plus. That's just for argument's sake, call it $5,000 a month. How much do you have to bring home to spend $5,000 on your mortgage costs, on your home costs? 180.
12,000. I was going to say 200.
I'm talking about bringing home money, take home pay. If you bring home $6,000, you can't afford this.
No.
You still got to buy gas, buy clothes, you got to eat, you got to pay for groceries and so on. So affordability is crazy. So why not, if you want to do some extra, consider the bank of mom and dad. We forget that. Bank of mom and dad is always there to help. So
I'm sure that you helped Todd and Katie, right? So
He's not my dad.
Katie, his daughter.
We did, okay. So we'll leave it as that. Let's stick with the example. So let's go back to the same example, $800,000 purchase. If they have 5%, I didn't put all the math in there, that's $40,000. Plus the $300 from the bank of mom and dad, that's $340. If you do that, the monthly payment is now $2,300. Huge difference, right? Whereas before we said it's about $4,000. Now remember, that's just the mortgage. But regardless, from the affordability standpoint, changes things. Now, of course, then the question comes from, well, can mom and dad afford a $300,000 mortgage? Now, as you know, that's just an example. It could be $50,000, it could be $500,000. This is just to give you an idea of what it could be. Well, I figure the 3 potential options for mom and dad. Now, if you talk to Zan, he'll say, my clients, they'll just go to pull out from under the mattress and say, here's $300,000. Easy. So talk to them, make sure your clients are nice to your mom and dad so they can write them a check overnight. Well, not all have that. Some have equity in the homes. There are many mom and dads like us. We bought our first house for $65,000. I know you young people think that was a steal. And today is worth, just for argument's sake, $1 million, $1.5 million, depending where you are. Yet we're still having cash flow crunch or cash crunch. Well, you can always pull a mortgage out from your house. That's one way to get the money. So $300,000, if you pay interest only, it's roughly $1,000 a month. Can they afford it? That's debatable. Everyone's different. Well, here's another option. If you're old like me, you may qualify for the reverse mortgage. You pull out $300,000, 0 monthly payment. Now, here's the advantage. Mom and dad's lifestyle doesn't change. They still live in the same house. The budget doesn't change. But this is just an idea for you to help especially the first-time home buyer. That's one. I'm going to keep it quicker. Two, well, what about seniors? How many are seniors here? I shouldn't ask to show of hands. It's embarrassing, right?
Not at all.
Seniors-
Not at all.
Let me rephrase. How many of us qualify for senior discounts?
When you finally look at life and tell people that.
So, a lot of us, we just said, well, we lucked out. Somebody bought a house 10, 15 years ago for $200,000, and they didn't do well. Now they owe $300,000 in mortgages. It's not uncommon. What helped them is the fact that now the house worth $1.3 million, they got $1 million worth of equity. So often when they sell the house at this stage of our lives, they net quite a bit of money. Just to be conservative, I said, well, never mind with the price and mortgage. To keep it simple, if seniors sold the house and netted, say, $600,000, well, they want to downsize, obviously, but can they buy more? What if they say, I'll buy a $500,000 condo? Now, let's not argue what you can buy where, because we can always go to London for $500,000, we can buy a pretty nice house, right?
Huge.
But here's often the problem with seniors, and we know that. They go, yes, I have $500,000, but I need $200,000 for fund money. We just did a couple, did a mortgage for a couple that sold a house in Oakville. They netted, I think, $900,000, bought a house in Dorchester,
Yeah.
just outside London. There's a community of new homes there. They went crazy. The base price was $650. They put $550 upgrade onto the house. They must have checked
550
every
upgrade
box
on
on top.
650 house.
Yeah.
Nuts.
And to make it worse, by the way, side comment. Now, a lot of people say price plus upgrade is the new price. No. A lot of institutions, so they went to CIBC first. The reason they came to me was CIBC said, your purchase price is $650. They did everything based on $650, not $1.1 million. And the problem was, they like fund money. They bought a motorhome. How many of you know what a new mall motorhome is?
I just bought one.
$550,000.
But that's not me.
Keep your hand down, Bonnie.
You can get a lot less than that.
Between the new payment
Not-
and
not
lesser
yours.
down payment, it changes the whole dynamics on how to qualify. Anyway, back to our story here. So now they only have 300. Now I know there's closing costs, and let's keep it simple. Let's leave those out for now. So the other thing with senior is we want to keep the expenses as low as possible. Right? When you're retiring, income sometimes is limited.
You're on a budget.
On a real budget. So, well, you might say, well, it's simple. You want $500,000, $200,000 mortgage to get $300,000 left. Simple, right? But the $200,000 would have roughly $1,000 a month payment schedule. Again, depending on your client, some would say, okay. There may be others that say, I need $1,000 to buy gas. On a $500,000 motorhome, they don't talk about miles per gallon. Those things talk about gallons per mile. In fact, I tell you, in my earlier days with children, we used to love looking at people with these very huge motorhomes. So I walked up to a man one day, I said, what kind of mileage do you get on this? Americans. Look at me with a straight face and said, if you worry about gas mileage, you can't afford it.
True that.
They knew that was
About the
coming.
boats, because they have those
That's
cigar
right.
boats that
And
take
he's right,
1,000
he's right.
liters.
Okay, so there's another way, if they want to keep it low, reverse mortgage. And you notice, I am mentioning reverse mortgage is something Canadian, or for most of us, are not really ingrained in here as a solution. Get a reverse mortgage, no payment for life. Okay, so this way they can afford doing. Here's another way to create sales. Last year, we have to find ways to create sales. Can you hold your question? I'll answer that after. Thank you. What if someone who are seniors but not ready to retire? You know what I mean by that, right? Why not buy a rental property now? Well, there are different reasons for that. If you purchase a rental property, you may have extra retirement income when you're ready. It's a good selling proposition, right? House in St. Catherine, I didn't buy it for that reason. I bought it because my daughter wanted to Brock. Also, the other reason is I don't like to rent. I've never rented. And thankfully, in 8 years, it doubled, more than doubled in value. Retirement money, right? The other thing could be buy something you like to retire into. You buy it with today's prices. I'm sure you as real estate people can come up with different reasons why someone should buy rental right now. There's another reason. Rental stocks are very low. We all know that. Because there are no real rental properties except the ones and twosies that the individuals are putting out there. This is the best time because people can't get mortgages on rental properties or have difficult time getting rental properties financed. That means that's going to continue to go down, which is an opportunity for those who are able to buy. I'll leave that on the side there. So, for example, 400,000. Again, I don't know, I just poked some numbers out there. Well, most rental would not carry. We know that. Well, except in London, I guess. Take Toronto, right?
Norfolk County, everything cash.
So, it was just example. Well, why not break it down? 200,000 down, 200,000 mortgage. When you go half and half, it will carry. So at least the mortgage portion, you don't have to worry about. Not only that, if your plan is a 15-year plan, you probably have the mortgage paid for, or most of it paid for by that time. What about the down payment for the $200,000? Well, again, similarly, what you could do is come up with it. How do you come up with it? Borrow it, cash, or what's nice with reverse mortgages, take a reverse mortgage out on it. No payment, because you still need to live right now. Especially if you did buy the motorhome, you need that extra money for gas, for diesel. Here's another one. I only have 4 or 5 ideas, so almost that. A lot of seniors. The problem with senior is some seniors, and you've probably seen them, do not maintain the homes. That's a big problem. They go, we just had one. He said, but my neighbor sold for, right? Well, yeah, what condition is your house compared to your neighbor's house? So sometimes it could be a simple thing as a fresh coat of paint. That won't cost a whole lot.
After they remove the layer of wallpaper.
Paint over it.
And maybe it's already painted over the wallpaper.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that, right? Or sometimes it's a matter of minor renovation, major, I don't know. Sometimes maybe they have to realize not everybody like the 1970 look, right? If this is a classic car, the more original things are, the higher value. But your original equipment in the home, I don't think always give you proper value, right? Shag carpet, even though it's in like new conditions, I think they hinder the sale price, I will presume, right? And so are the lavender bathroom that I can remember. Oh, it was popular, wasn't it? So, with seniors, cash flow is a problem because I don't have the money to fix it. Now, you know, if there's any even minor renovation, it's not $5,000. That's barely giving you a new bathtub, right? So usually it's into the 20, 30, 50,000. However, the reason you want them to upgrade is, I'm sure you can show them by spending this much, you can make that much more. That's the whole idea. So here's another thing, you can help them renovate by either financing the renovation as a short-term thing, and then sell for more money. And when you sell for, let me go back, the renovation again could be, simple thing is reverse mortgage. Because there is another problem with seniors. You might say, well, he only needs $40,000, the house was $600,000. How long has he been retired? 3 years. What's his income? You follow me?
Yeah.
Can't get a mortgage. Reverse mortgage, no questions asked. Age and the value of the property are the only 2 major criteria. Although we will ask income proof because the government now are after the banks for know your client. Can they afford it? And I asked my lender that you just told me you don't care what the income is. He said, that's right, but send in the income proof. What do you do with it? For the auditing purpose, we have income proof. That's what the government asks. So that just, now the 5th one, then I'll stop. don't be a fridge magnet. Well, off that. I still got a fridge magnet on my fridge door. I have Zen Moco sitting there on the side, right? But I know Zen is different. A lot of realtors' fridge magnets, really, it just sits as a fridge magnet. Why? There's no compelling reason for me to call them. So just as a help to you, our job is for value added. You got to add value, but more so, we need to understand the financial needs. Do we ask the right question? Is that what's hindering them is the financial side? Here's something I just learned. What about the emotional side? Yeah, thank heaven for it. When I sold this, I have never experienced the emotional side. The ups, downs, the uncertainties. To you, you do this every day, it's like, what's your problem? I was scared. Now, it's interesting, let me backtrack. That house sat there for 3 years empty because I didn't know what to do with it. So money is not the issue. My wife was after me, why do you let it sit? I can't decide what to do with it. Do I fix it up? Do I tear it down? Do I, gone through all that? But all of a sudden, when I'm ready to sell, the fear came and said, what if no one wants it? To me, it was a terrible place. And I'm sure that guy must have think it was okay. He even did an inspection on it. So again, it's not the real, as they say, fear. What is fear? Rick, I'm sure you teach that, right?
False evidence appearing real.
False evidence appearing real. And like the referral I gave you with White, to him was the opposite. His house should get a lot more money than the neighbor's house that's fully renovated. And he forgot that the number of cats he had didn't help inside the house neither. Right? So it's how people think, and the emotional side is a big challenge. So I was going to say, I'll share with you my story, but I already did, so I'll leave that. Again, thank heaven. Thank you for that. And that's the end of the presentation. I hope this is of some value to you.